All right, just gonna get to it. Yeah, I don't think anyone's here yet, but I don't got that dog in me today. I'm kind of tired, but I'm gonna try to trudge through it and see how I do. So first, these are all the things we're gonna be implementing. Start organizing that. Let's switch on this. Oh, hi, JD. That was fast. Welcome. I don't know if you heard what I said, but I am tired today. But I'm gonna do my best. I didn't do. I didn't have much time over the weekend, but I did do a little bit. So I'm just gonna continue implementing each one of the things that needs to get parsed. Let's see. Do. Okay. This one might not get implemented today. Let's go like this. We do custom struct definitions because Methyl has that. Okay, so we got expose something. Oh, that's supposed to be okay. I'm going to turn off the view count. I'm getting distracted by that. Range. Also put radio in here. Let's add our strings. So we expose assistant target pair array category int is what we're calling that one now for naming conflict. Oh, radio is so let me show you real quick. If you are serializing an enum and you want them to show up as radio buttons instead of a drop-down, you do this. And it lets you, well, let's see if this works, actually, because I don't think I've tested it with this feature. This there's a feature where you can pair variables together so that you can have like paired enums. You can see here on the type value, we're serializing 3 enums. And then you can target the subtype value here, pair that to the type value. Then this enum is going to correspond to when type is set to this first one. If you do next, you can do more. You actually have to put this empty one here if there's nothing. So in this case, there's nothing. And that's going to correspond to when it's this one. And then lastly, this enum here will, of course, correspond to this third one. And yeah, I'm honestly not sure if the radio button thing works with that, so we're going to find out right now. Yeah, it looks like it's going to do it for all of them. Yeah, it is. It's now like, oh wait, no, this is the first one. So let me, well, it made it happen on the third one too, so I'm going to assume this is kind of like covering it for all of the sets. So I should at some point look into like splitting this out in case you want to do that. Move it here just to see what it does. Yeah, paired enums are pretty cool and very useful. Okay. So yeah, it looks like for the paired enums, calling the radio thing at any time will make all of them radio. So we will fix that at some point. Maybe not today, but soon. Hello, Burger Queen 4183. That's a fun username. Yes, it is. It's coding time for sure. I'm tired, but I'm doing my best. Bear with me, please. Okay. Actually, I'll put that here too. So I'm gonna try to get the output for our test variables in here to match what I've done manually here. That's kind of where I'm hoping I'll be by the end of today. I don't think it'll be that crazy. Somebody's car alarm is going off. Oh, I just realized I didn't have my mic clipped on, so hopefully the quality should be better now. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, let's finish adding these types. So expose, persistent, target, pair, array, category, int, enum add, enum empty, enum next, enum alias, enum planes, enum alias planes, enum sheets, enum alias sheets. Radio. Let's see range in here. Radio range callback. Savable on, savable off. So now I got to make the other one match this. Okay, here we go. So expose, persist, target, pair, array, category, hint, enum add, empty, next, alias. planes. The other one, sheets. Okay, there we go. Okay. I need callback savable on savable. Maybe I should gotta think about how I want to do these because I'm trying to avoid having like an option in any of the parameters just for parsing reasons. Because like what might be valid C code for like a true false option, like if you try to use an enum in there, it won't work, and that I don't really want to do that. Because these ones have a toggle for visibility in the editor. I guess I could just do them separately. This is combined into one thing, so I guess I might have to split these out, which is probably fine. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Might as well do that now. Okay. Just call this visible. This one's savable. Got to split this out now on the real one. So that's just going to be savable. That's just going to be visible. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So these are separate now. Let's split this out into the macro. So this will just be that's savable. This will be visible. I'll take that parameter. This will be the same thing, but with false for the off option. It's false. Okay. Okay, I'm going to need to run the API generator for that one. Cool. Should be in this project now. There it is. Okay, it's split up now. I'm going to have to rebuild methyl, get that going. Rebuild this too. Okay. Let's make sure we got all the defines we need. So I'm just going to have these separated now. Well, these are supposed to be I guess I should make them look like functions because that's kind of what everything else is going for.
even these. I guess I could just do this, like have like a nothing field, so you know that it just needs to look function-like for consistency. I think that's fine, because I think that's a good way to differentiate between the ones that go before. But I guess that's not completely true, because the array one, you kind of have to do something special for. I guess I'm just not going to worry about that. I guess this is also a problem because you couldn't persist an array. We might have to come back to handling this. I might have to make this like might have to make these two check for array after the fact to figure out what to do with that. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Just going to do as many of these as I can and then tidy up as we go. And for anyone curious, the persistent one is there's a separate persist event that you can serialize variables to, and those will be tied to the save game. So if you want to keep track of stuff like in a specific level, so let's say you have like what's a good example? I don't know, like like let's say you cut a vine or something in a level. If you want that to keep track of its state, you can persist that variable, and like if you leave the stage and then come back to it, it will still have it'll restore that variable. So that's a very cool thing that we have. I'll show that off at some point. Maybe not today, though. Okay. I think we're good to start implementing more of these now. This doesn't like this. Oh, right. I need its add now. It's both. You can link them. So basically, you can link them statically if you have the engine source code, which we won't be releasing the engine source probably anytime soon. But for the standalone version, they are dynamically linked. So I can show you that real quick. I don't think it's set up on this machine. And actually, hang on, let me get the game building again before I try to make that work. So this is dynamically linked. You can see up here it's telling you which DLL configuration you have at the moment. So it's loaded the editor 64 debug DLL, which is what we built. So the reason it's MLL instead of DLL is you can tell Windows to open it with Methyl. So show you that. Well, that's weird. I guess maybe it doesn't work the first time you do it. Okay, I don't know why that's not working right now. That's a little embarrassing. Huh. I'm not sure why that's not working. It was working the other day on my other Windows profile. I'll have to look into that soon. But yeah, you should be able to like open the project by double-clicking the file associated MLL file. Okay. Um, Thank you. I agree. It is pretty cool. Not sure why it doesn't like this. Oh, probably that. Okay. Okay. I'll be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom. Classic. All right. We're back. Talk to it. Okay. Do I want to do individual functions for all the enum ones, or do I want to try to cram them into one with like a switch? Because they're all basically the same. Yeah, I guess I can give it an extra parameter that will like append the name. So parse enum. Okay, we're gonna do another one. That's pretty much gonna be I'm sure this is gonna be almost the same as something we have already. Let's see. Let me look. I guess the closest thing would be range without the stuff to get each of the values. I guess I'll start from this. Okay, so it's going to get in, look for the parentheses, yada yada. Get rid of the fetch digit. I think we just need to get rid of everything but the other check, right? So it'll come in here, look for the parentheses, advance, skip junk, look for it again. Semicolon's technically optional here, so I'm not going to worry about that. I feel like that should be fine, so so we need another string here. Call that or append. Yeah. All right, let's set up the variables again, and I'll get the debugger in here and see if this is doing what we want it to. So we want to emulate this. So we're going to target type, put the enum stuff in here, except it's just going to be enum add is what it's called now. This one's just going to be radio, I think. Doesn't like that. Oh. Is it not? Do I need to run the generator again? Looks like it. Let's check it out now. Okay. Yeah, now it's working. Okay. I'm going to try the pair. Target subtype. Pair to type. This is not going to have the string. I'm just going to have it have the raw type name like it does for target. I'm going to combine these into one. Does this work? Oh, I think I have to, for something like this where it can have multiple things with a comma, I think I do actually have to do the dots. So let's try that. Yep, that fixed it. I don't know, why is it not? Oh, it thinks it's actually a function. Huh. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying if it's going to do that. I'm not sure what to do about that yet. Okay, let's finish typing this out. So we're pairing it with type, enum these out. I'll leave these separate just for fun. those are going to look like. I mean, maybe for these I can get rid of the... And maybe that's fine. I'll leave it how it is for now. Last one. Keep the radio part there too. Just for testing purposes, I'll combine that one. I'll put some garbage in here too, just to make sure it's working right. Okay. Let's go back to implementing the enum parser. Maybe I can... I guess I can call this like... Because this is also going to work for radio. And maybe another one. I should just call this like basic or something. Oh. These also need to say nothing. Oh, savable on, visible on, savable off. I need visible off too. Yeah, I guess I can just call this nothing for all the ones that have nothing in it, and we can use that as a catch-all. See how that goes. Calling it parse nothing feels weird. I'll call it parse basic then. Let's get that implemented. Parse. This is called enum add now, so I need to update this name. Okay. So we need, let me get my defines back on my screenshot. All right, we need empty. Next, alias, planes, alias planes, sheets, alias sheets. I think that's it for these. And these all need their name. So enum empty, enum next, enum alias, enum planes, enum alias planes, enum sheets, enum alias sheets. Okay. I think that's all of them. For the enum ones anyway. So let's find out if this works at all. These got to be fixed to enum add since that's what it's called now. Oh, do I need to... I think I need a prototype for this. I'll reorganize these at some point soon. No, I'll fill these out. I lied. No, I won't. Not yet, anyway. All right, there we go. Find out what this gets. Looks like that's going to come out correctly. Let's see. Oh yeah, I changed this to dot include, like I said I would. Yep, that looks like it's working. That's cool. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna make this look a little nicer. Cool. Okay. Do the other basic types. So all the enum ones. Radio is on here too. So this will be parse basic and call it radio. So we need the same thing in S for savable and visible. Duplicate that, change that to off. Okay, and then we got to do visible for these. So we got to check if our stream is V, and then these will do the comparisons from there. Change these to visible. It doesn't like this. Not sure why. Might not have gotten that string defined. Yep. I'll group them. Did I do it that way in the real one? No, I did not. So switch those around. Okay. Oh, so I don't actually need parse radio. Right. Okay. Right. I was making that redundant as I added it. Okay, let's mark off the ones we've done. Oh, no, I want red. Give me red. That blue is too similar to the purple. Got target. Array, kinda. I think we need to come back to that. Categories still need to do. Got all the enum ones covered. Radios covered. Still need callback. All these are done. Okay. I guess I'll do hint and category next because those are going to be the easiest. Can also wrap those in one thing because they're basically going to be identical. No, I'll do pair next just because it's so similar to target that can also be the same. In fact, I might actually literally combine these. I'll call this parse target pair. And I guess we can just toggle for convenience. If we ever need to expand this later, we can, but I don't expect that we will for that one. So this will be if it's not the pair, do target. If it is, just change this to pair. So let's fix parse target now. So let's target pair now, and that's false because this is the target one. Do P pair. This one will be true. Okay. I mean, that's basically done, isn't it? Guess I should test it. Let's look at the player header. Pair is right there. Target pair. Yep, it's not generating pair yet, so let's see what happens if I compile this. Oh, right, this needs the toggle. All Right, that built, so this should run now. Nope. It doesn't like these. Not sure why. Something has gone very wrong. Get rid of these. See what happens. So that built. So what in here is causing it to flip? Is it the... No, it's generating these correctly. So it's got to be something with the enum itself. Do I need to run the generator again? That didn't fix it. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so it's specifically the target enum that it doesn't like for the macro. So let's figure out why. This should be fine. This is supposed to evaluate to nothing. The semicolon shouldn't matter here. Huh. Seems like it does. I don't understand why, though. Shouldn't this just effectively do nothing? Apparently not. Oh. It probably doesn't like it when it's the first thing in here. Okay, this is going to be goofy. But would it work if I just made these evaluate to comments? Oh wait, I gotta run the generator. That does not seem to work. I'm kind of surprised by. We sure this doesn't work? Let's try a new define right here. No, it still doesn't like that. So, is there anything I can make this evaluate to that won't trigger this? Because I want to be able to have the semicolons because that helps with the, like the, whatever you call the syntax correcting. I know there's a word for that. If I have, So this one works, right? I feel like this one shouldn't work either, because doesn't this... Yeah, no, that doesn't work. But why? Let me just make sure that this will work if I don't have the semicolons. Yeah, it'll work. Huh. Make sure nobody's messaged me on Discord. And I gotta put my password in. My fingerprint scanner didn't work. Any C heads in the chat have an idea? If there are any. I don't even know how many people are watching me right now. If any. It could be 0 and that would be fine. This is a problem. Does this work if I have something before it? No. The issue is these enums, it turns out the parser doesn't like it when these evaluate to nothing and have a semicolon after them. So it's like, it's basically just a semicolon in the stream. I thought that that would work, but apparently it won't. And technically, these aren't necessary, but I wanted to have them because having just the define and doing a new line, it like auto indents it. So I wanted to like keep the semicolon there for any, you know, syntax correcting software for any given editor that might trigger because of that. I want it to look as close to normal like C code as possible so that it works correctly with stuff like that. So I'm not really sure what to do. I thought this was working earlier though. Maybe it wasn't. I honestly don't know. So I'm not sure what to do about these enums, like if there's something I can put in there to get this to work correctly, or these defines. I keep calling them enums. The parser isn't breaking. The problem is the... Oh, do you mean the like the actual, like the Visual Studio's parser? It looks like it's breaking right where it finds it. So I'm going to get rid of these and just put one semicolon like right in here. Yeah. It doesn't like the semicolon, like just the straight semicolon right here. Yeah, I thought this was something that worked. I thought it basically just didn't care about any given semicolon. Because the first thing I tried was to make it expanded to a comment. but that does not seem to work for some reason. Try cleaning and rebuilding. Not what I wanted. Nope, still doesn't like it. Yeah, I'm guessing I can't, like, yeah, I don't know what to put here. I can't put a comment to cancel something out. It won't actually expand into a comment. I'm assuming that's not valid. Nope. Well, that's a bummer. Let me look at something. Yeah, happens on my laptop too. Not surprising. Hmm. Dang, this is quite the roadblock. You're gonna have to fight this every time you do something, which is very annoying. No way that's gonna work. Nope. Yeah, it's blowing my mind too that it would even throw an error for this. If I get rid of the struct part, that's technically not necessary, but I just like it. No, doesn't like that either, which makes sense. Yeah, I guess it must be a C thing, because I thought for sure that this would work. Everything I've ever done, like a random semicolons, the compiler just always ignores. I thought it's supposed to. Let me look this up. Uh, I actually don't know. Let me look. C++14 and C11. Even though we stick to C99. I'm afraid to use the MSVC one because that one's just insane. Hmm. It really doesn't like that? Huh. I mean, that's fine at any other point. Like I can put these after block. Wait, what? That can't be right. Oh, because yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's how I've always expected it to work. Hmm. Let me see what Notepad++ does. Because maybe like there's a setting for this I can toggle, which would be annoying to have to like change it from the default, like for the text editor. I mean, I don't think it's not going to care at all. Notepad++ isn't really going to do much, I imagine. Uh, well, yeah, just for fun. I don't even need that. Yeah, so that just goes right to the new line as you would expect. So the Visual Studio one isn't nearly as involved, or it's much more involved. I guess I'll look for that setting just for my own sanity. I'll have to enforce no semicolons. Trying it now and see, getting compiler errors there. Yeah, that's weird. Did not expect that at all. Kind of breaking my brain right now. Where's the settings for the way it formats the text editor C formatting? Okay, it's probably in here maybe. Is there like a new line setting? New lines. Position open braces. That's all there is for new lines. Hmm. I don't even know what I'm looking for, to be honest. I don't know exactly what it would be called. Man, this is disappointing. Because I feel like the the Unreal version of what I'm doing, because Unreal kind of does the same thing, except in my opinion, it's way uglier and clunkier. See if I can find an example. Why is this picture so blurry? Please let me see the full version. Is it because it's on LinkedIn? That's probably why. Can I really not find a good screenshot of this? Not that it's completely necessary. But I'd like to know that I'm not crazy. Because I'm assuming... Hmm. Okay, this one looks like it's actually... A lot of the examples I found have been people, like, seeking help for something that's not working correctly, so I don't want to, like, show one that might not be right. Here's what I think is an example of an Unreal one. And I saw some in Visual Studio too, and they weren't doing that thing. So I feel like this is a setting. Yeah, see, I don't like that in the Unreal one you kind of have to specify like a bunch of stuff each time you do it. Like in ours, the category thing is just going to be one column. Like anything that you serialize under that will belong to that category. So, hmm. Indentation maybe. What does this mean? Maybe that's what I want? In parentheses. That could be kind of nice, actually. You know what? Maybe I'll try this too, just for fun. All right, let's try that. Nope, didn't work. Uh, Sorry, this is not very exciting. Not that it was ever very exciting. But this is a pretty annoying roadblock that I don't immediately know how to address. I guess for now I might have to just move on and deal with the annoying indentation, unless I can think of something clever in the next like 1 minute to figure this out. Dang. Well, good to know. Good to know you think it's entertaining. Appreciate that. I guess it's somewhat expected of fellow programmers. Thinking into my chair. It's just what it's like sometimes. Sometimes you just run into something and you just got to sit there and you got to think for like 10, 20 minutes. Because there's no way I'm about to do this in comments. That just looks ugly. I want it to at least kind of look like it's part of the language in a way. Maybe I'm crazy for that though. No, I don't really like that. Plus, I need the preprocessor for some of this to work, like the array one. So that's not going to cut it. Excuse me. Hmm. looking up to see if there were digraphs for parentheses, but surprisingly, or I guess not surprisingly, there isn't, since I think some of the other digraphs depend on having those. Which, for the uninitiated, digraphs are like these things you can do if you like don't have certain keys. Like this is you can do percent less than and greater than to stand in for curly braces, which is kind of funny. I don't remember any of the other ones by heart, but the internet is telling me that you can do this for pound. Let's see. Maybe I can replace one of these with it. Looks like you can? That's funny. Wow. Yeah. That's kind of cool, I guess. Well, dang. Man, what a bummer. Man, I know it's like kind of whatever, but I really want to find a way to make it not do that. All right, let me Google some stuff real quick, just to be sure. No, I'm burning daylight doing this, but whatever, man. Hmm. Yeah, not really getting anything from this. I'm just gonna have to move on. Yeah, I'm assuming there's no way to get rid of the, like for what I need here. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Would be kind of funny if that did work. I think a macro expanded to a comment. Nope. Oh well. Come back to it another time. Let's get back to work and try to get at least like the hint and category stuff working here. I don't think that'll take long. Range isn't here for some reason. It's weird. Did I not put range in here? Guess not. Okay. Guess I'll put it after here. Value lower and upper on that. Oh yeah, gotta run the generator. Still not compiling. Oh, probably these. Whoops, missed those. Okay, still not compiling. That's concerning. Oh, I missed some more. Okay. This time for real. Cool. So at least we know this works. All right. Back to the grind. Doing hint and category now. Oh, there goes methyl. Just throw this on the end before we start organizing these later. Parse category hints. Let's go check for our character so we can do the comparison. Okay. C for category and that for hint. Oh yeah, the parse category hint one, that's gonna have a is hint one at the end. Throw this at the very end of the file. So this one's gonna be most similar to, I guess, the enum one, but without the repeating. So I'll copy that and trim it down. So needs to be a string. Change that to hint after it fetches the string out of the thing. It's going to put that down. So we're going to, if it's a comma, we're going to ignore that because we don't care anymore. We only care now if it's the clothing parentheses. So, okay, that was suspiciously easy, but I do think that's actually all it needs. Let's try. Yeah. It didn't come through. Oh, I didn't put the function in yet. That's probably why. Yep, up here. Okay. It's closest to this. Copy that. So category the parse category hint. This is not a hint. This one is the hint. So let's try that. Is it running the? Might need to rebuild it. Okay, there we go. Oh, duh. I need to do the check. So that was not all we needed. So the compare here for is hint. Guess I'll do it the other way. Like the other one I had the not first, so this one will be category. Rebuild. There we go. Category. I don't think I have a hint in here though, so let's try that. Oh, okay, there's hints right there. So it's not finding the hint ones for some reason. Let's find out what that is. See if it makes it in here. Okay, it does. Oh. I tried to step into that, but it didn't do it. That's weird. Let me expand this and see what happens. Oh, well, that might not even be what we want. Oh, yeah, no, that's hint. Oh, I didn't change. Okay, duh. This still says category. That needs to say hint. I think that'll work. Pretty confident about that, actually. Regen this. There we go. Hints are in. All right, that was easy. Okay. Cross these off. After our extremely long detour. Did I do pair? I don't think I did. I did not do pair yet. We'll do that next. But after a potty break. E. Hello, I'm back. This time, okay, we're doing pair, which I think I was going to combine into target, right? Is that what I was doing? Yes, parse target pair. So I forgot to change this to pair. That's why that's not working probably. Try that. Uh, there it is. Oh, doesn't, okay. I need to make it not do that. Well, let me look and see how the pair works real quick. I might need to do something. I need to do something about that later, but for now, that should work. So in register, we need to change this substring. So I'm actually, if I just set this to nothing, will this just append to like nothing? I think that's how that works, right? Oh, yeah, okay. So this just needs to be if is pair. Oh, actually, I can just stick that right there. Avoid the extra check. And we should be good. Oh, I also need to, okay. There we go. That should do it. Oh, okay, and I need one more thing for real this time. This needs to be a string. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to see if this is... I don't think it's actually calling the auto vars event yet. Or like the vars, yeah. It's not calling this yet. So I'm going to look into adding that to the engine and seeing if we can actually like get the results of these into the editor. So just comment out the stuff in the real event. And now we need to dig into the engine a little bit. I probably won't implement all of them right now. I'll just do the thingy, the auto one, or the instance manager one. I think. What is this? Okay, that's the. I'll have to update that later. So I think I just need to do this one right now. You know, I'm honestly not sure which one to call first. I guess the auto one should go first. Because you probably want that stuff to happen automatically first. And if you need to get super fancy and you're doing something by hand, then you would want that after that fact. Okay, that's very validating. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing. Yeah, okay. Water. Okay. I guess let's find out if this works. No, it doesn't. Let's breakpoint in here and see what happens. I meant to do that one. Mm-hmm. Maybe I can... If I conditional breakpoint on this, I should be able to get the player one by checking if object bars auto is not equal to like the default function it gets set to. Oh. Huh. Doesn't like that. Isn't this typed to be that way? I guess not. Well, whatever. Guess I'll do it the other way. Player, get the hash out. Then we'll break on this when the hash equals that. Hooray. We're in. It's doing the stuff. It's running. So why isn't it showing in the editor? Oh. I guess for whatever reason it didn't compile that time, because it's in here now. That seems wrong. That seems very wrong. I'm gonna ignore that for right now. Oh, this also doesn't work with radio buttons. Well, I guess we've got some stuff to investigate for the future. I might do that on stream, to be honest. Let me take some notes. So I might as well put this on. We need the radio thing to only target the current enum pair. Enum pairs with radio buttons seems broken. And then range seems broken. I don't know why it asked me for the prompt. Call that to do. maybe I can look into that next time. We'll see. Still going to keep going for another, hopefully at least another 30 minutes. See if I make it another hour. Okay, so oh, that's weird. That's very weird. I'm just going to have to ignore that for right now. Pretend you didn't see that. Oh, JD, if you're still here, I want to show you what I was going to show you last time. So let me know if you're viewing this and I'll show you. Hello. Okay. So, you asked about the array thing. So, there's an array type here. I guess I'll add another one real quick just to like test out our little thing. So, call that. We'll do a U8 test array. See if our little script thing builds this. So, yep. We have an array of U8s on the player. You can edit them, change them and stuff. You can reorder them, move them up or down, move them around. So that's just a basic type like a U8. You can do that to clear it. The other type that I have here is called a reference, which points to like other instances. So like if I throw down some nodes, I can select. Let me select the player first, and then I can select all of these nodes, and I can. There's this little add selected button, and now the player has an array of references to all of these types, which is, oh, 1 second, he said. Bobby, let me know when you're back and I'll do that again. In the meantime, keep working. Make sure the visible ones are working. Doesn't like that. Why don't you like that? Oh, I need to, okay, I see. So these need the word set. Then that should work. Oh. No, okay. Okay, I do need to make these different, I guess. So I guess I should just make the append include the parameters too, and that'll make it work for everything. That seems fine. Check if that works now. Oh, yeah, I got to add the endings for all of those now. Well, now the inconsistency is bothering me between having the real variable and like using the macros for the rest of these. So part of me wants to like expand these, but I guess I can just leave it. Seems fine. Hello, welcome back. No worries. Okay, I don't know how much of that you got, so I'm just going to show you again. Okay. So for any serializable type, you can do it as an array, which you can see that's what we're doing here in our little fancy generator thing. I have an array of U8. I made a test array, an array of this reference type. I'll show you that type too because it's cool. So let's check this out. So on the player here, oh, it was working a minute ago. Don't know why it's not there. Oh, is it because I turned visible off? Okay, one sec. Yeah, that's why. So actually, that's a good time to test the visible on one. Let's try that again. Okay, so there we go. Here's our U8 test array. Can add values. Oh, well, that's not good. I tried to tab into the next one. I guess that's broken right now. Let me add that to the to-do list. Uh-oh, indeed. So true. Okay. Let's restart this, and I won't tab to the next variable. Okay. There we go. Adding stuff, changing numbers. You can reorder them. You can remove them. You can clear it all at once. And this reference type, what you can do, so I'm gonna place a bunch of these down. Something is wrong with the sprite. I'll fix that later. So I'll select the player first, and then I'll select all of these, And you can see the properties panel selects, like it's just a list of all of them. So you can individually like see each selection, and you can even single them out with this little icon. But anyways, in the player one, this array we have, this reference array, you can do this add selected button, and now this array is holding a reference to each one of these node objects. So that's a cool thing you can do. And this doesn't have to all be other things. Like if I want to add this one, I can let's see, this will, you can like pick which of the things you have selected too. So like there's the plane mod, and like now I have a reference to that in here. Just clear it all out. And yeah, there you have it. Thank you. I agree. It is pretty awesome. I like it a lot. It's very useful. Okay, let's do some more of these. So we got pair. Okay. We have callback and persist. Persist is probably going to be, well, I mean, I'm ignoring struct define. That's probably going to be something we come back and do at a later date. But I can probably get these two done. Callback will be easier, so I can knock that one out. I'm just going to start going for it. I haven't really thought very hard about what I'm actually doing yet. Okay. Callback. Parse callback. So callback is going to be closest to target again. Typo in persist. Let's see. Oh, I got rid of my screenshot. Oh man, why did I do that? I had them all crossed out and everything. Oh well. If you mean the persistent part, that's not a typo unless I spelled this wrong. I don't think I did. I had to call this little thingy persistent because calling it persist. Oh, is it ENT? You got me. Okay. It is ENT. Damn, I can't spell for shit. Well, thank you for that. Okay. It's persistent now. But yeah, I wanted to call it just persist, but it seems to conflict with some other stuff, which, I'm actually not sure why. I want to double check that now because I'd really prefer to be able to just call it persist. Yeah, I'm seeing a billion errors. It does not like that. Oh, yeah, okay, I know why. It's because one of the events is called persist, and that will conflict with it, so we're going to have to stick with persistent. But I think that's fine. Probably. Okay. Parse. Callback. That's going to be very similar to, get these out. The target one is going to be, so where is that? Oh, target pair. So can I combine these? Probably not. I'm just going to split it out. Let's put this at the end. So we're actually going to have to add to something else for the callback to work because I don't think I've added the callback event to the other part of the parser. So I'll see how far we get here before we have to do that. Let's double check this stuff. So this will pull out the name of the callback. Hmm. Do I need the substring here? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't. So let's get rid of that. Hmm. I don't think that's possible to fail here. I guess I could. I'll just leave that. All right. So for the callback, actually, I don't think we need to do anything too special because the callback event is going to for sure be on the object type. So I think we just need the name of the object, which we can get from the auto var, type name, and I'll rename this to callback name for clarity. So this will be type name dot callback name. Try that. Well, okay. Let's see what it does after I add that. I am going to set up like a dummy callback event. I'll do it with a button. What should I prefix this with? I feel like I had a convention for like naming the callbacks, but I don't remember what it was, to be honest. Let me check if I've done it in here. I have not. Let me check one of my other projects to see what the convention is. Uno momento. This is not helping me. Okay, I guess it kind of is, because I see one example of what I'm doing. I don't know, I'll come up with something concrete for that later. Sorry for the delay on that. But this is going to work the way I want it to, I think. But I am just going to call the callback its own name, I guess, for now, with the button one. Where to put this? Guess I can put it right at the top, so... maybe I should call that... whatever, it doesn't matter right now. I can be called that. Roll with that for right now. Filing. Oh yeah, I gotta predefine this. So it's gonna be parse callback. It still doesn't like this. All right. Well, okay. We don't want that. We got to get rid of that. Extra parameter. Okay. All right. So we're where we want to be with this. 1 sec. Okay, so now we need to update the other part of the registry thing to link to generate like the event for the callback. So let's take a look at what we've got. Okay. This is probably going to be most similar to... I don't know, actually. Probably a state, but without the extra. So I'll copy it from that. Be easier to trim it down than it will be to build it back up from something else. So this event is callback. Oh, we do have a string for that. So we add a callback event, but we want the state. Let's copy this. So that'll go at the end. All right, so now we can start trimming this down. So here we go. It's been a while since I've looked at this, but it looks like I set it up pretty decently. So create a new event definition, copy the name of the event. The macro invocation is a callback now. There's a new event type. Call that callback. Interesting. I wonder if I should probably force this one. Nah, it's fine. I'll leave it how it is. So let's look here. I need to skip the part where it gets the, well, I guess the first thing that the boilerplate part gets the function name, right? Is that how that works? Yes, the event name. Okay. So from here, we only need the event name for the callback. So I can get rid of pretty much all of this, I think. So now our code gen will be here. Well, we have to do it in the other part too, but so okay, this is, we don't need to worry about this, I don't think. All right, let's look and see if this runs. Oh, I got to rename this callback event. Okay. So now I know we're going to need to go to the actual code gen part and add a new section for the callback type. I'm not exactly sure where that is. Look for state in here. So add states here. That's the separate array for registering to head code. So it's not quite what I need right now. I'm just going to run this and see where it gets us. So that didn't run. Let's find out why. I do have a callback thing in here, right? Yeah, I do. And it's, oh yeah, okay. Did I save this? Var call. Oh, it's got to be called var callback. Okay, duh. So I need to add a new string here. And I'm gonna, for consistency, I'm gonna call this function that as well. So var callback. Then up in the string section, I'll move this with the other events. So that'll be var callback right here after collision. So I feel like that should trigger now. All right, it's making it in. Comma error. Did not like this. I'm not sure why. I guess I don't. Oh, I don't need that. This is looking for. Okay, that's for the second part of the sequence. So that won't generate anything yet. Let's find where the generation happens. So let's look at the player. This is going to happen in the events generation. I need to look. Okay, I can look for the word union probably. Is it not happening in here? Okay, so the generation happens in here. I thought it happened in the other file. Okay, so here's the states. Guest states, routines, collision. So I guess I'll just put callbacks in line with this. Okay. Var callback. So this is going to iterate through our event definition array. We need to check for the var callback type. I don't think I got to update that enum var callback. Event type, callback, where was that used? Was that used anywhere? Thought it was. That's fine. So the signature for this, I think it's just going to be void. Yep, the event name. And I think it's just a void pointer. Let's check. Yeah. It's the context. So I don't think I put the type suffix in there. I can do that. Or I could just put it in manually here because I know it's going to be the same. Yeah, I guess I can. Well, I'm kind of curious. Let's see what this does. It didn't even hit this. Okay. That might not be setting the type correctly. Add var callback event. Oh, I never fixed this. Event type var callback. Did I change this somewhere else? Because I could have sworn I did that. Maybe I undid it. Doesn't look like I messed anything up. Okay, so we made it in here. But it didn't make it past this, which is weird. Let's make sure we hit this. So yeah, it makes it in here. And it sets the type. Oh, it's failing here. Not sure why. So it gets the event name. Oh, it's done. So I guess the boilerplate part also skips up to that point. Let's check the boilerplate end. Okay, yeah, so I think I can get rid of that. Keeping this should work. Yeah, so it's at the closing parenthesis. Come in here. It was on the closing parenthesis, so I feel like it should have found it, right? Maybe I just don't need to advance here. Okay, so that works. Just not advancing there. It will find it. Okay, so now we should have that event in the event definition store. And yeah, that doesn't actually it doesn't actually print anything for the type suffix. So I'm just going to hard code the type signature here. So I've been calling that this pointer. I'm wondering if I should rename that the context or something, but that's fine for now. So this is this in the header? Or is this the, yeah, I think this is in the header. So I think I need to do this again for the declaration, the prototype. Copy this. Oh yeah, so here's the linking part. I guess I'll modify this from the collision one to be safe. That should be exactly the same actually, so seems fine. And okay, so here is the static declaration, or I guess like the function prototype. We're going to look for var callback, static void, the event name, and this is just void pointer, this pointer. That should do it. So let's see if that generates. Redefinition? Oh. Oh, okay. So the callback macro, yeah, it doesn't have static on here. So we got to look for that in the engine. We'll update this, have static, because all events now imply static. That did not used to be the case. So we got to rebuild methyl. We got to run the generator again. So now our project should build if it generated correctly. All right, that seems good. There we go. There's our definition for the button. And there's the link for it. So yeah, this is looking like it's just going to work. We'll find out shortly. Thank you to everyone who's attending. Sorry I've been so low energy today. Call it ASMR or something. That's my excuse. Okay, is this working? Oh, it's not done building yet. It should be any second now. Okay. That built. Let's try this now. There we go. Very nice. Hello from button, it says. Cool. Wow, this is like almost done. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, yes, we have buttons. We have buttons in the editor. It's super cool. I don't have... I guess I could try to set up a quick example of like... Well, I don't know, I'll just show you. We have this thing called quick actions. And basically like you can serialize whatever you want like from your global variables in here, including buttons. And like you can just kind of click them and like make stuff happen in the game. I'm gonna try to have that be automatically serialized too to make it a little more convenient, but we'll see. Yeah. So how it works is any variable can have like a callback when you modify the variable. So I'll show you an example. So let me get rid of the radio button calls because those were buggy. Callback. I'll just oh, actually, this is a good time to show you what else it can do. So you can put the other like events in here and it'll just call it. So yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Cosmic would get a kick out of this if she doesn't already know about it. I think she might. Sorry, I had to get some water. My throat's getting itchy. Hello, Cosmic. I was talking about the ability for Methyl to have callbacks on variables. And I was saying how like you can define your own event. So like right here for this editor button, we've defined our own callback right here. So that will, when you press the button in the editor, it will call this function. but you can also do the object's own events. So like if you modify the type, you can have it rerun like the create event. So I'm going to test that out now, actually. So I'm going to have this print hello from create event. We'll see if that works. So let's modify the type. It didn't work. Probably have some stuff to fix. Or maybe it doesn't work in live mode right now. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but rest assured, I will get that fixed. But the spirit of the idea is there. I know. I promise at one point that was working. No, there's probably something else that like does it. Maybe it's working on one of those. Any of these do callbacks? No, they don't. Yeah, that's fine. Kind of tempted to fix that. Let me look at it for a second. Okay, so the framework act current pointer isn't set when this gets called from the editor. So maybe I can fix that. Yeah, I can. You know what? Screw it. I'll try fixing this real quick. First of all, this should technically be this. Make sure that's not anywhere else. Okay, good. Okay. Let me get that crash to happen again. I'm pretty sure. Doesn't this pass the act in here? Should just be able to set it. Okay. It's going to be ugly, but I'm just going to try something silly real quick. Why is this grayed out? Oh, that's because this is not methyl. Okay, yeah. Switch to the methyl project. And that's in our panel. So I think what we can do, actually, hang on. Take the act pointer. I feel like this value should be set, so we'll try that. Then at the end of the function, we'll set that to the backup. All right, let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, this isn't even... Okay, so I need to check for that first of all. And then see how that does. Okay, seems like it's working. Okay, cool. All right, we fixed it. So you can see I changed the type value and it called the create event from it. All just from this little callback right here. So any like valid thing, anything, any instance event or state that you have on the object, you can put right here, and when you modify the variable at all, it will call it. So actually, I'm going to remove the enum from this. If I can do that easily. Well, it's gonna be slightly annoying. So I'll do it on another variable. I'll do it on let me make this one visible. Get rid of the enum on that. So I still need to add the callback, but there we go. Okay. Oh, that didn't look like it was working right either. That's scary. That's not working right. Let me add that to my to-do list. Investigate S3 to underflow. Okay, where was I? What was I doing? Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna add a callback to that. I should have tested this with the live relink, but I'm not sure how well that's working right now. That'll be one of the next things that I fix. You know what? I'm gonna try it. See how it does. Oh well, actually, I guess I can't do it while it's running. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to test that right now, so never mind. Next time though. Okay, I'm gonna add a callback to this. I'll do the. What event should I do? Guess I'll just do create again. That's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna like. Okay, another crash. Oh, it's okay. I know what that is. That's a bad idea. I had a feeling it was a bad idea to do it with this, with how the player works. I should have known better. I'll address this later. Let me do it. Can I do something else? I mean, you guys get the idea. You guys are smart. I'll just do the button test one, I guess. So there we go. If I scrub this, you can see every time it's changed, it runs the little callback. I think it should work with like when I type in the number manually. So if I do 1, 2, 3, like you can see it printing. And when you confirm it, I guess if it's unchanged, it won't do it. But yeah, with the up and down arrow keys, it'll call it. So that's really useful for if you need to update some stuff, like in the instance itself, you know, for visualization purposes or whatever else. It's a really nice feature. So that's a stealth original, as is most of this system. Honestly, I kind of like he did the groundwork, and uh, I took the torch, so to speak. Okay, I think I have a little more time, and I guess I feel okay right now. So let me see if there's anything else I can do while we're here. We haven't done persist yet. Uh, I guess I'll start on that, even though I don't think I'll be able to finish. I don't even think I didn't even add the auto events yet for these. So that's the first thing to do. Persist auto for the object type. This needs to be bumped up 1. Let's go from the top. Persist auto. Bump this one up by 1. Apparently, I've never known how to spell persistent. I've been saying ant the whole time. Thank you, JD, for the typo fix. I guess I should set up register too. Oh, and you know, I haven't actually tested this on any of the other types, so let me make sure this works with some manager variables. Why doesn't it like this? That's weird. Put a test variable in here first. Try to build that again. Okay, so it's something in the generation is messing up because it doesn't like that. But why not? I'm not understanding what the issue is here. Okay, I gotta hit the bathroom again real quick. I'm back. I'll probably go when I hit 3 hours. So I gotta get some stuff done. Scotty. All right, let's see if I can figure out what's wrong with this thing. It really did not like this. This is because, well, that should be changing. Let me see if it actually hits the manager part. Yeah, right here. Oh, I guess I'm never actually switching it out of the none mode. That's probably why. Hmm. I guess I can just have it keep checking for these and switch over. I don't think that's going to be, that's not like a crazy cost. So for that, well, I guess, so now I need to like see if this was changed. I'll just back up the variable and if it's different, that means it changed and we need to do all this stuff. I feel like that should be fine. Oh, well, I didn't think about this. It's still, I want it to do it in this function. How did I set this up? Well, okay, so if it's, I need to keep it on the, I don't actually want to make a new one if it's the manager. Switching over to the manager. Hmm. Okay. What do I call this? Do new event, I guess. So if do new event, we'll check. Okay, so I guess if mldef is different than pre, then we can start comparing for what. Oh, I got rid of my declare. Get that back. Okay. So now we know there's a change, then we can see if prev, so if it's def instance and the current one is now manager, then I think we just continue because we don't want to set up any new stuff. We just want to change the type so that the name gets corrected. I think that might work. Oh, I didn't like that. Uh, hmm. Why didn't it like that? Oh, wait. Else do new event. That's what we were missing, I think. Okay, that looked like it worked. Okay, it's still saying init inst there. So let's try this out. Pre equals instance, and now it equals manager. Hmm. Oh, so I need to, okay. I need to get the current one and change its type. I believe that's what's going on here. So let me pull the auto var out. Type equals. So I feel like that should fix it. Why is that macro not working? Okay, it's the abbreviation. That's why. See if that works. All right, that one worked. Let's make sure it shows up in the editor. Oh, I think the visibility is carrying over. Well, it should stay. Is the visibility? It's turning it back on here. Hmm. So I'm not sure why. Not sure why that's not visible. Okay. I'll give this like literally 2 more minutes and then I really need to get going. But I do feel like we made really, really good progress. Still plenty to do for next time. But I'm hoping I can get this little side project wrapped up within the next week. If I have enough time this week, I really don't know how much time I'm going to have, but I'm going to try to commit as much as I can because I really want to get this out of the way. Yes, thank you. Thank you, JD, for sticking around. Company is very appreciated. No, I'm probably not going to be able to figure this out in that amount of time. But that's okay. Plenty to do for next time then. Maybe I could like leave myself a note for what to start with because I think the next time I'm going to be looking at this will be the next time I stream, so I can get right into it. Investigate. Okay, so put that at the top actually. Suppose not visible. Let me see if I can reason about what needs to be done next. Oh, I guess, oh, persist is what we were doing. So persist. And then I'm not sure where I'll go from there, so I guess I'll leave it like that. Okay, I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and I'm going to call it. Let's see. I'm going to inline this one. I don't know if that's what you would call it. Same line, I guess. Just to see how it looks. With the radio. Uncomment these. Put these on different lines. Same with this. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I think I'm liking this too. I feel like it's going to be pretty good once it's all said and done. See, I don't know about this style though. With like, I was trying to think about having hint on the same line. I guess you can do that if you want to, but maybe I'll just do this. Get rid of these two. Yeah, it is what it is on that one. Maybe I can think of something later to make this look a little nicer, but I feel like this is a really big step up from basically, you know, where is it? Writing all this by hand. It's all contained in one spot now, which I feel like will make it easier to get into if you're just like cracking this stuff open for the first time. Especially because a lot of this fancy stuff, like you're not even going to need out of the gate. Like a lot of people are just going to be like, oh, let me hit expose on like what, like if we go down here and we just, I don't know, you just have like expose on a random variable. Like I feel like that looks kind of nice. I don't know. Seems all right. Okay, one more thing before I go. I do want to see if the live relinking is working. Oh. Okay, it seems to be working. We'll see if it works again. But let me show you guys like a live code change. So see what we can do. Do something in the player's update function. So the editor's still running, the game is still loaded. I'll put some code in here. From update. Actually, I'll get rid of this too. So if I run this, you can see the log. That's normal. If I do Control B, it will invoke Visual Studio to rebuild, and it'll like unlink and relink the DLL and like reload everything. And if we run it now, we should see, yep, there's high from update, which we just did, and it's also not printing, it's not running this anymore. So yeah, there we go. I can, you know, I can undo all that. Come back, Control B, and we're back to the state we were in before. So that's a fun feature, and I would like to, I don't want to make any promises, but I do want to expand some of that. But yeah, okay, I really got to go now. Thank you guys for attending. Appreciate you. I will be back soon. Don't know when, but definitely someday this week. Okay, bye.